morning, good morning, good morning. I'm house sitting for my son. But this morning, I want to talk about loving yourself, loving yourself, loving yourself. This morning, I seen a video where a lady and her two kids jumped into the Niagara Falls. And the videos that they did have of that they were referencing to her saying that she didn't feel like her husband loved her and that she wanted somebody to love her. But you know, Miss Camille always tell you, you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. Love yourself, even if you're married or you're single. You have to know and love yourself. And if you're married, running off, leaving your husband is not going to always make you happier. Not even to say getting married will make you happier. Do that make sense? So if you're single and you're happy, married and you're happy. But you can't be in the marriage thinking that marriage is going to make you happy. You have to do things that you like to do. Same thing with having kids. Some people, if I could just have kids, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happier. No, you have to be happy whether you have kids or you don't have kids. When you have kids, that is a blessing. Because what happens with kids, they going to grow up and go on about their own life. And then you still trying to hold on to these adult kids. And that's not what God's purpose for them is. Their purpose is to do what God wants them to do. So back to the young lady that jumped into the Niagara Falls with her two kids. We as women have to learn to love ourselves. I don't know, y'all see Jeezy's into something. My son's dog. We have to learn to love ourselves. And the reason why I make this video is because I was a young mom with 4 kids, married, had a successful business. And I felt like if I left my husband and moved away, I was going to be happy. Maybe I'm telling too much of my business because Jeezy is bargaining. But which now I'm 54, that was probably almost 20 years ago, I realized that I'm happier now because I take more time for myself because my kids is all grown and I can travel, I can learn how to eat better, I go for long walks, things that I could have did with my husband. Or if he was at a place in his life that he didn't want to do those things, I could have still did those things. So the point, even if I don't even get a YouTube check, I'm not doing this for YouTube check. I'm doing this because it might be some young married woman out there that is thinking about leaving her husband for whatever reason to find happiness, like Tia Mowry. She's running out to find happiness. She's going to leave her husband, and the poor husband, he's still sitting around wondering, well, what happened? I thought we was good, But she's got to find herself. I got to find myself. I got to find myself. And the person you're looking for is you. But sometime along the way with the kids, the husband, the career, we do start losing ourselves. We do start going wacky for a season. And it's just for a season. And then you got to be careful because sometimes we leave our husbands, and some of us, it might not be for another 20 years you get another one. I mean, you got to, You think you're just going up and jump and leave your husband in this field of men. It ain't like that. That's my personal experience. I don't know, ask your auntie that's single, you ain't never seen her husband. You know she got 4 or 5 kids, but where's Uncle Ray or where's Uncle Tom? And all she could tell you is about how she got rid of him. But then you'd be like, well, who wants to live like that now? Or if not, sometimes Uncle Tom or Uncle Ray died. So you're going to be single again at some point. So when you do have a husband, much as you might think you want to get away and it's the end of the world, it's not. It's just for a season. So if you take that time that you with your husband, if you're married, Take that time and work on yourself. I see JoJo Simmons' wife. I seen her this morning. She done lost weight. She had them 2 kids. She looks cute. Girl, it's plenty to do. It's plenty to do to work on yourself. Lose weight. Learn different recipes. Go walking. Take your kids to... But sometimes, I know me, I was at this place. I would be checking my husband's phone, going up to his job, chasing him all around, trying to figure out what he was doing, which he was doing what he was doing. But I finally got to a place where I said, I'm going to stop chasing him all around, because sometimes the more I chased him, it seemed like the faster he ran. You know, this was into all kinds of stuff. But, you know, as far as bills is concerned, he didn't pay all the bills, because at that time I worked and I had money, but he helped with the bills, or he helped with the kids as much as he could. But now he's older and I'm older. But when we was in that season, it was just for a season, the season of craziness. And it's like most of the people that you meet that's been through marriages, they all went through crazy seasons. They just worked it. You know, they walked through it. Just like with your kids, sometimes your kids is going to go crazy and be teenagers, terrible twos. They only 2 for a year. And sometimes that's how it is in your marriage. You going through a terrible 2 season or 7-year itch, you know, but you just feel like it's the end. You know, I got to get away from you. But my only point is that because you get away from your husband doesn't mean it's going to all be easier. Like smooth sailing, because you still got to go out there and meet somebody else, because you're going to be lonely at some point. Yeah. So I'm working on myself. I'm still working on myself. Child. Because I like that kettle popcorn. Oh, I love that kettle popcorn. So I'm praying I do right. I got my smoothie. I did make a smoothie. Made me a smoothie today. But yeah. So like I said, JoJo Simmons' wife, she done lost weight. She look cute. She done had them 2 little babies. And he holding on to her. If you see, I don't have a picture, but it's a picture of JoJo Simmons and his wife. And he holding on to her. So as a young bride, a young wife, if you take all your energy and put it into yourself, getting your hair. I tell my daughter, girl, go to the beauty supply. If you don't have not beauty supply. Go to beauty school and just get your hair washed. Just get your hair washed. You ain't got it ain't got to be the best thing that you like or the hairstyle of your dreams. Just get a wash and condition. Relax. Do something for yourself. And like I said, this video is not necessarily for you to stay or leave. That's your decision, because I left. But I'm just saying, I'm the 55-year-old that left when she was 30. Well, when did I leave? Yeah, probably when I was 34, 35, the itch. So I'm just letting you know what's on the other side. I have never got married again. I done dated. I done had fun. But far as that marriage, being with the one person, them taking care of you, we growing old together, it didn't work out that way. So like I said, even if I don't get a YouTube chat, this video is for just to inform some young woman who's thinking about leaving her husband to find herself, like I said, a Tia Mowry or whoever. This just is a video of my experience, that it wasn't, you know, where you run off and meet somebody new and all that. Because like I said, at the end of the day, when you have children, they still love their dad. They don't necessarily, you know, if you meet somebody, it's nice, but they still always love their dad. And sometimes when, like I said, when they get older, they be wanting to know why you left. Why you leave my dad? Or they be asking him, why you and mommy get a divorce? So on the other side, if you can stay with your husband and work it out, just all that energy or fire that you got inside of you, that you mad at him and he's not changing, he's doing this, he's cheating, he's running around. Who cares even if he do run around? Some women run around. That's another story for another day. Some women cheat just as much as men cheat. Or if not, they're flirtatious. Or some people have, what is it when they had work? They got wife husbands at work. Is it, you know what I mean? Work husbands or wife husbands. People at work that they go to lunch with and hold deep conversations with, have tea with, and still have husbands and wives. So people cheat. Men cheat. Women cheat. It's just with women. I learned this a long time ago, being a hairdresser. Women, when men and women cheat, what Jeezy is up to. Please look at it. Okay. When women cheat, especially when I was a young lady, I would hear stories. You know, I'm married. And you're in the salon, you hear stories all the time. Men cheat and women cheat. But when the women cheat, they want the wife to be out of the picture. So they will go on a rampage to find some kind of way for the wife to find out that they're messing around. And that's what messes up the marriage. But a man, he can be banging somebody's wife and won't say nothing. What, me and Mrs. Jones? He don't get nothing out of letting the husband know I'm sleeping with your wife. Yeah, because the man might kill him. And even sometimes you hear stories where women done cheated on their husbands and go, oh, I had to let him know that I was cheating. So women cheat too. And I know a story one time where I was working in this salon, and it was an older lady and an older man. And we would go to the New York Hair Show, Atlanta Hair Show, and he was one of the people that worked at the hair shows. He sold furniture or whatever. And every hair show, he would get his break from his wife. Now, they was old people, because if I was 25, they probably was 45. But he had been married to his wife for years, and she was married. And we would go to the New York Hair Show, and she would use me and my other hairdresser friend as a scapegoat. Come on, girl, go to hair show with me. I'm telling my husband we all going to hair show. And then she would get up there and meet up with him. I don't know what they did. Ended up in there. She would try to get us to spend the night. We like, no, we're not spending the night. We just want to go to hair show, do what I got, but do what we got to do and get on out of there, right? So, girl, for years they messed around. Every time hair show come around, Atlanta, New York hair show come around, they was hooking up. And then finally her husband died. It got so bad that his wife had a retirement party for him or something, and he invited this hairdresser. Well, she was a nail lady, but the wife invited her to his retirement party. He was nice to her and everything. I don't know if the wife knew that she was screwing her husband or whatever, but the wife invited her to his retirement party. Lo and behold, the lady that I knew, husband died. Honey, after her husband died, the married man stopped talking to her. Because he had no intentions on leaving his wife. And me personally, I think the wife knew. But then now these is old people. That's what I'm saying. These days, if something go wrong, we just want out. Them old people got some shit with them. They got some stories. They done cheated. They done did everything else. And they had me and Mrs. Jones. They done did all that side piece. Johnny Taylor says cheaper to keep her. Johnny Taylor got a song said, who's making love to your old lady while you out making love? Them old people used to do that. But then you go back home to your spouse, and it used to be, people that talk about everything. So, if you did cheat, you cheated. And have I cheated? Yes, I cheated. One time, me and my husband was going through something, honey, and I knew what time he'd come home. He'd be home by 11. I would make sure I was in the house by 10:55. That's another story for another day. So I'm just letting some young woman know, or man, it's just for a season. But if you have a husband, to have and to hold, through sickness and health, through better or worse, hold on to your husband and wife. Because when you get out here in the streets, It ain't nothing out here. It ain't nothing out here. Just ask some divorced people. They don't. Not everybody gets opportunity to leave one marriage and jump into another one like that. So if you have an opportunity to stay with your spouse, work it out, go through the craziness. I call it the terrible twos. Some people call it 7-year itch. You go through stages. And one time, sometimes he might be crazy going through something. Sometimes she might be crazy through something. But if you love each other through it, not love each other like I love you, hearts and kisses, but I love you enough to pray to God and ask him what I need to do while you go through your craziness. And we all go through crazy. And then not only that, sometimes you hear about people after their kids is grown, they divorce. Because sometimes kids is what just kept them together. Even with the Kardashian lady, I don't even think she ever got married again. Her, after Bruce, he done turned into a woman. He messed him up, poor thing. But anyway, if you're a young woman and you think about leaving your husband and you want to be this independent woman and you have kids with somebody, you can try to work on yourself. And God, rest in peace, the young lady that jumped in the river. No, she jumped in Niagara Falls with her and her 2 kids over a breakup. From what I read, because some stuff like that I can't listen to it and watch it all because it do something to me. It's too much. But if I knew that young lady and I worked with her, girl, because I'd be at my job talking to people. I'd be on the train talking to people. If I knew that young woman, I would have said, girl, even if your husband going through his crazy, whatever it is, you take care of yourself and you got to take care of these kids. Take care of yourself and take care of these kids. And if that means you got to leave them, dump them kids on him for the weekend, because you're married, you just have to tell him, look, I'm going to get me some ice cream. My favorite thing when I was a young wife with my kids was that's how I discovered Starbucks. Because in between picking my kids up from the daycare, I would go to Starbucks and go get me a green tea frappe. And they had the blueberry one at one time. And I would set my car and enjoy my frappe. Sometimes you got to do something for yourself. As well as work out, eat right. And not only that, don't just eat right for yourself. Show your kids how to eat right. Show your kids how to exercise. When you don't have nothing to do, instead of sitting in the house, 'cause I got one girlfriend, she's a little overweight, and he just wants me to sit there watching TV with him. Yeah, but he's at work, so the time he at work, you go to the kids to the park, go get your 2 or 3 laps in, drink your water, take care of yourself. Don't just let yourself go because you married, and then when your husband is looking at somebody else, or girl, you should look so good that he should be like JoJo Simpson. JoJo Simmons, he got his wife by the hand, honey. She done lost all that weight. There's a picture he got her, and he holding her hand tight, making sure nobody don't get it twisted. This is my wife. But I think he was even stuck on her even when she was cutie pie, when she had a little thickness to her. She's still thick, but she lost a little bit of weight. But if you about your business, take care of yourself. If your husband see you taking care of yourself, mind your business, even if he is running and chasing, acting stupid. Actually, they like to run and chase. So if you chasing after him, checking his phone, girl, they out chasing somebody else maybe. That's that. But if you on your shit, on your stuff, getting your hair done, getting your skims, looking good in your skims, girl, when he leave for the work, he be running. He'll be asking me, what you doing today? What you doing today while I'm at work? Have his mind going. So all I'm saying is that, like I said, if I don't tell nobody nothing else, if I don't get no YouTube check, I don't need no YouTube check. As you can see, I live pretty good. If I travel, I travel. If I want to buy my Jeep, I'm saving my money, buy my little Jeep. so I could ride through the mountains with my top off. But all I'm saying for the young women, say if I was talking to a Tia Mari, because her husband seemed like he still want her. He don't know why she left. And we all go through crazy. We all do. Do what you like to do for yourself. And take care of yourself and still love your husband, love your kids. Some of us even got to take love on our moms before you throw your marriage away. Because the grass isn't always greener. The old people say that if you water your grass, it'll be just as greener as the person that you looking at. Thinking, oh, look, she look good. Oh, so water your grass. Water your grass. That's all I'm saying. Water your grass. If you water your grass, get out there and pick the weeds, because sometimes the weeds is going to come. If you get out there and pick the weeds, your grass is going to be just as green. So, in my opinion and my life experience, the grass isn't always greener just because you leave your husband. The grass is green when you water your own grass. And rest in peace to the young lady that jumped in the Niagara Falls with her 2 kids. It ain't about him. It's not about him. It's about you and finding your God-given purpose. What do God want you to do? What do God want you to do? If for the season it's just to be a wife and to be a mom, be a wife and be a mom. All the energy we take chasing our husbands, checking their phones, girl, that's energy you could be getting up going to the gym with. Chasing your husband, seeing who he's with, chasing him, seeing what he's doing, calling the other woman. It don't matter if it's another woman, you still his wife. And 9 times out of 10, if you leave them, they don't even end up with that woman. And if they do, they're not happy because he wants his wife and kids. But some people, oh, he's out running somebody. Girl, if you took that same energy, went to the gym, learn you some vegan recipes, cut your gluten out, go get your dentist done, go get your dental work done, go get your eyebrows done, go get a facial. And like Miss Camille tell you, if you can't afford to go to the beauty school and get your $5 manicure or $10 pedicure. Do something for yourself. Besides taking all your energy chasing your husband around wondering what he doing. Because if you take that same energy, put it in yourself, he gonna be going to work wondering what my wife doing. Cause when I left the house, she looked good this morning. So it's not easy packing up, leaving your husband. That's on the other side. Sometimes it might be another 20 years before you meet somebody. Because you finally find yourself. And it hurts when after you leave, he go find somebody and they be holding on to him like he gold. We'll talk about that another day. But look at Michael Jordan and what's that guy? I can't think of, but it's a whole bunch of them. Kanye West, that girl, I ain't seen him in no pictures without her. If she don't do no more than wear her little shirt and keep on going to breakfast. If he wants to go to Denny's, she go to Denny's. It's a whole bunch of them. So them old ladies, they used to stick by their husbands, let the husband do crazy. Just let him do crazy. Because you have your crazy. You go shopping, spend up all the money, run up all the credit cards. You might not be cheating, but you doing something crazy. Ain't nobody ain't said nothing to you. Everybody got issues. Everybody. It's just women, I'm saying something because I noticed with us women, We just so easy to blame the men. It's called ownership. Oh, he cheat. He did this. He did that. Well, what did you do? You ain't do nothing. I know I did a whole bunch of stuff. I'll talk about that on another day. But now that I'm older, I'm 54 now, I look back and I'm like, well, Dad, you know, he was crazy, I was crazy. But the kids still love their dad. They still love their dad. They still go see their dad. They still, just as much as they see me more, of course, but I look at him where he, you know, he got married again, but his wife got killed. But that's another story for another day. Girl, Miss Camille got some stories. But at the end, neither one of us, you know what I mean, I'm happy, but I'm just saying the kids, and now we got grandkids, you know, you look at it and they don't know nothing about what we was going through. And my little oldest grandson, he looked just like my ex-husband. Just like him. Just like him. Looked just like him. So in a way, I look at, you know, what if we did stay together and the grandkids, and who knows, it's not over yet, but what about when they come see grandmom and grandpa? That's the special stuff. And we going to grandmom and grandpa's house. Instead of grandmom over there, pop-pop's over there. And, you know, when they get older, they start asking those questions. Yeah, what happened? You know, or if not, they still love pop-pop and they still love my mom. But you understand what I mean? Like, when I grew up, I knew my grandmother and grandpa. Even though she fussed with him, he smoked his cigarettes. They was together, and that was like a foundation for me. It was a strong foundation. I knew Dorothy Driggers and Harry Driggers had my back. My grandpa was my bestest friend. And my grandmom, I remember her, she died when I was 10, so I remember her a little bit. But that just security and knowing that your grandmom and your grandpa had your back. You know what I mean? So as an older person, I see where, you know, old people used to stay together. And it wasn't easy. Some men had kids on the side. Sometimes the women did fight their husband. I mean, people go through stuff. But now that I'm older, I understand why old people stayed together and kept their families together. Because it's good when you go see your grandma, go to grandma and grandpa's house. And, you know, just give you some kind of security. It's like, yeah, that's my family. Even if I don't see them but once a year, it's good to know I can go to grandma and grandpa's house. And not only that, when you start getting older, they start bringing you gifts and, you know, just that old time love. Now, instead of everybody all scattered all over the place. Because, you know, sometimes the kids can tell the grandparents stuff that they can't tell the kids. Well, I know in the summer I'm going to go see my grandmama and grandpop, and I'm going to talk to them. And then maybe if they have grandmama and grandpop to talk to, they don't want to commit suicide or have a gun. Because that's something they can't talk to their parents about. But you know you had your grandmama and grandpop there, and they like had your back. They just had ease about them because they don't raise their kids. They think you cute, you think they cute. And it's just an ease about the grandmama and grandpa. Because the moms and dads, they busy working and hustling. They don't have time for those deep porch conversations. So I pray to God in my house. I go to close on our house. So I pray it's an older house, but just the fact that it's got a yard and a patio, sitting on the patio. You know, I watch my grandkids run around. So, like I said, this story is dedicated to the young woman that jumped in the Niagara Falls. You can Google the story with her 2 kids because of a breakup. That's what the headline said. But the little part that I did watch, she was saying that it was hard loving somebody that didn't love them. But honey, let Miss Camille tell you at 54, it don't matter who love you, long you love you. And you ask God to show you how to love yourself, love your husband, and love your children. And as crazy as Will Smith is, you see Jada Pinkett ain't went nowhere. Where's she gonna go? She probably don't have to pay no mortgage. She don't have to work. And I hope she finds her happy. Apparently she's still looking for it because she ain't left her husband. Because what she said she gonna leave and who gonna move in? Honey, soon as she leave Will Smith, somebody gonna grab him. Ooh, girl, they'll snatch him up. And to me, sometimes it's almost like, you know, when you was at, I don't know about you, but when I was in high school, we used to go to amusement park. And we would get on a roller coaster. I'm at my son's place. We would get on a roller coaster. And sometimes you just didn't feel like waiting in line. You just didn't feel like waiting in line. And you go ahead and get out of the line and go to the bathroom or whatever, go get popcorn or whatever. And you come back, and when you get in line, the people that was ahead of you on the ride, they getting off. But you got to go get back in line again. And to me, that's what like divorce is like. Everybody else standing in line. So all the people that you know that's still married, they just stayed in line. They stood in line. They went through the hard parts. They fought. Sometimes they fought too. People fight, bust each other face up. They might not tell nobody that they in there fighting. Matter of fact, my aunt and uncle been married 50, 60 years, which they gotten better. I don't know. I think she's older now. She's 80 something. But I think she's on a little medication now because they was trying to label her with dementia. But he won't let them take her and put her in no nursing home. He won't let them. They have everything they need. He's still holding on to her. But anyway, it was one time they used to bicker all the time. Family reunion, they argue, not bickering. Well, you putting tomatoes on that? Why you putting They used to bicker. Well, why you getting a sub? Why you getting an Italian sub? Well, why you getting a turkey sub? They used to bicker. I think they've been married 60 years. 60 years. So my point is, people not necessarily always smooth, but they stand in a line and go through it. And then sometimes you stand in line and hold the space. Sometimes you might have to stand in line and hold the space for your spouse while they go get the popcorn. Like in the movies, you stand in line and somebody got to go get out of the line and go get the popcorn and the soda. And I'll hold your place. Sometimes that's how we're going to be married. Sometimes while you go through your crazy, I'm going to stand here and eat the popcorn or whatever till you get back while you're at the bathroom. Because sometimes people going to take those times off. Because you're married and we in life. But if you take that, all Miss Camille saying, if you take that same energy and put it into yourself, you're going to be all right. You don't have to pack up and leave your husband. You don't have to. Just stay there and enjoy your husband. Because I know I could be honest, best sex was ever with my husband. Girl, we had 4 beautiful children. I enjoyed my husband. I love my husband. It's just we went through that rocky point. I couldn't take it no more. I'm going to leave. And it's just a note to somebody that, and I've dated. I had other lovers. That's another story for another day. But as you love your husband because he loves you enough to marry you, sometimes these other guys out here, they'll date you and screw you, but they don't, some of them just out to play. And some of us women is just out to play. But with that being said, love yourself. It gets better. And not only that, you gotta take care of yourself because the kid's gonna grow up. My oldest is 34. I'm 54. And you got to take care of yourself because time goes on and you have to just sway with the seasons. Winter, summer, fall. Just keep going. So my point is, just because you leave your husband, the seasons keep going. You just in another situation, it's just that you're single now and you got to work even harder to take care of the kids. At least if you got a husband, even if he is not paying the bills or acting goofy, whatever season you're in, you can always tell your husband, look, I need you to watch the kids or whatever. or make arrangements. Because some people, I'm out here in DC, all I see is men pushing strollers. So I don't know if the women is, and this is all mostly the European Americans, the men all pushing the strollers during the day, which if you see right now is during the day. It's during the day. It's during the day, and all you see is people, the men out there pushing the strollers, taking care of the babies. While the women is working. That's just a season. Then it maybe after she gets tired of working and doing that her career thing, she might decide, well, I don't want to work no more. I want to stay home with my kids. You know, people. It's a season. It's a season. Now I'm not judging nobody. If they stay, they go, or your baby daddy left you, that's your business. All I'm saying, I'm talking to someone that might be married, and you feel like the grass is greener if you up and leave your husband. That's who I'm talking to. Like I said, I'm not here for a YouTube chat. I live very well. God has blessed me. If I do get a YouTube chat that will help, I would love that. But my heart is for that young woman or young man that you want to get a divorce and you have kids and you want to leave. And I'm just saying, sometimes the grass is not always greener. But if you water your grass, it can be just as green. And I got my green Skims on. I had this is going on my second season with this green Skims. I love my Skims. I don't know what she put in them, but I love it. But yeah, if you water your grass, it can be just as greener. All right, well, I gotta go. I got things to do, got people to see. Jeezy, he is asleep. Or is he? And I'm house sitting for my son. My son went to Tokyo for 2 weeks for his 28th birthday. I look like I'm 28. How is he 28? But yeah. Yeah, because the kids grow. I'm here this week. I think last month my son had his dad here with him for a week, but they don't like him, the dad, for too long, because he be wanting you to do too much. But me, I keep it moving. I get on the train. I do what I got to do. But like I said, even if I was married, I would have to learn how to do that anyway. And then if your spouse love you, they would just conform. But sometimes they don't. Some people do have to get a divorce. That's why God, he allowed the divorce. But I'm just saying, if it's something that is egging you, some childhood trauma or something that happened to you, and you have your own issues you need to resolve, if you have a husband and kids, try to resolve your issues in yourself. Like the young lady that jumped into the Niagara Falls with her 2 kids. Her husband wasn't her issue. Her issue was her. Because if your husband don't love you no more, that's his loss. That's his problem. And sometimes they don't love you because you don't love you. And they know, that's another story for another day, because they know if you don't love you, why should they love you? And they could tell you don't love you because you chasing behind them. Girl, don't chase behind them. Don't be checking nobody's phone. Don't check nobody's phone. Even if he is talking to somebody, who cares? If you out there jogging, hey, looking all cute, hey, looking all cute hair, girl, he ain't gonna stay on the phone with her for too long. He be trying to find out what you doing. But if you ain't doing nothing, ain't nothing for him to look behind and check on you, because you check behind him. And men are chasers. So whatever you need to do, if you got to go get your $5 hairdo at the beauty school just to get a wash and condition, go jogging, take them mornings, go jogging, get your teeth fixed, take a part-time job, work 2 or 3 days or whatever. Don't be doing it all. Let him help. You don't have to do it all. That's your decision. If you have to do it all, you have to do it all. But if you don't, let him help. Let him help with the kids. Leave the kids with him for a couple of hours. Go get I ain't gonna say ice cream, but go for a walk. Take care of yourself. Get your eyebrows done. Eyebrow done. You can get an eyebrow wax for like $5 at the beauty school. Start doing stuff for yourself, other than complaining about what your husband not doing or is doing. Because at the end of the day, if you take care of yourself, he gonna chase after you. All right, I gotta go. I'm getting good, so I'm practicing. I want to eventually do my salon videos, but right now I'm working on my book. If You Think I'm Lonely Now, that's a book. So all these little stories is for my book. So I'm working on that, and I'm gonna tell my story. And I like I said, if I don't get no YouTube check, I'm good. I live really good, live pretty good. But if it's some young lady out there that I can talk to and let them know about the other side, 30 years down the road, 20 years down the road, that's what this video is all about. About if you water your own grass. Water your own grass. That's how you water your own grass. It'll be green. It might take a season or two. My aunt had a plant, and she said she thought it was dead. And I looked the other day, it had pretty leaves on it. She said she brought it back in the house, pretty leaves. And that's how sometimes your marriage might be dead. Look like ain't nothing there, but just walk away for a little bit. Go to a movie. You ever did that? Treated yourself to a movie? Leave the kids home with your husband. He done got on your last nerve. Go treat yourself to a movie. Yeah, find something you like to do. And you're going to have to, because one day the kids is going to be grown. I'm telling you, my son just turned 28, and I'm here house sitting. You can hear the dog snoring. I'm house sitting him as he went to Tokyo for his 28th birthday. So the kids is going to grow up. And sometimes the kids grow up and the husband and wife is still there. I hear the Latino people in Phoenix, I hear a lot of Latino people tell their story about their mom and dad. And people say, oh, your mom and dad are so beautiful. And their parents still look young and they still together. Matter of fact, one story, I was working at Amazon, and the Latino girl, I thought, God, he was white, but he was 26, 27. He was the oldest one of his kids, his parents' kids. And his mom had 5 boys. And he was at work one day, just me and him. He was crying. He was like, my mom left my dad and my 3 younger siblings. And that's why I get the story from, because I done heard multiple stories. And like I said, it was also me. She done up and left and got a 1-bedroom apartment and left the house. He said, my mom don't even have to work, don't want for nothing. But all her sisters were single, had kids, and my mom was the only one that was married. And she done up, left the dad, left the kids, left the 3 little kids to go find herself. Yeah. Well, hope she find herself. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get on the computer and ask him, did his mom, get back with the dad or whatever. Girl, because I'm telling you, sometimes you just lose yourself. But when you find yourself and learn to love yourself, you can love your husband, you can love your kids, and everybody around you, because you love yourself inside of you is happy. And you wake up every day and you just thank God. Thank God I'm still here. I'm still here. And apparently you got a reason and a purpose for me. And teach me, God, to align myself with your will and your purpose, even though I'm still single. Because now I'm at the age, they had these dating apps or whatever, but guys talk to me when I go to the grocery store, when I'm on the train, So we'll see. But I love myself. Maybe that's what attracts them about me, to see I'm taking care of myself. Mm-hmm. Another thing, you had these babies. Take care of yourself. Just don't let it go. Stomach and everything, just go. Take care of yourself. You be seeing these husbands with these wives, and the wives be all taking care of themselves. And you be wondering why because the wife, she love herself. She love herself. You love yourself. You love yourself enough to take care of yourself. And let your husband take care of you. Ask him for what you want. And they'll do it. Especially if they see you taking care of yourself and you look good for him. And look good for yourself. All right, well, I've been on the phone. I got to run and take care of a couple of things. All right, I love you and God loves you. And there is a land full of milk and honey. Just have to ask God where yours is at.